Hey guys, so today I am makeup free, as you guys can see, because today is major cleaning day. We are cleaning out my entire apartment, and I decided why not actually also film a decluttering video, because I have also started to declutter a lot of my makeup. So I did go ahead and declutter a ton of my eyeshadow palettes. I got rid of so much, and that really inspired me to start doing maybe like decluttering videos with you guys. So today I'm gonna start off with my complexion category. Oh my gosh, sorry, my hair's so crazy. But anyway, today we're gonna focus on decluttering my complexion category, which includes liquid foundations, powder foundations, loose powders, and tinted moisturizers. So I'm gonna declutter those with you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, I can definitely do like a whole series decluttering like my bronzers, my concealers, my eyeshadows, my lip stuff, which is, oh my gosh, such a monster. And I really just want to do this video because I have gotten into this point in my like makeup life where I just want to keep stuff that I genuinely plan on using, because right now I have so much stuff and more than half of it I don't even use, and it's really overwhelming to just look at, because what happens is I have so much product that I always just end up using the same thing over and over again. So I just want to clean up my collection, really keep what I'm going to use, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Also in this video, I kind of want to make this like a NC42 foundation guide. So I do plan on trying out all the foundations that I plan on keeping, so you guys will see as I talk about it. I'll also be trying it out so you can use that for reference if you guys are close to my skin tone. So with all that being said, let's just jump right into decluttering my foundation. Okay, so this is my foundation slash loose powder slash pressed powder drawer, and I know that I may not have like as many products as other people that you might follow on social media, but honestly you guys, I'm such a minimalist, and unless I absolutely love and use something, I don't really want it in my life, because looking at this on a daily basis really overwhelms me. And what ends up happening is I always reach for the same few products. So I really just want to get rid of everything that I don't use and stick to what I love, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's just jump right into it. Starting off with my favorite foundation, one of my favorite foundations, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and this is such a great foundation. I'm in the shade 209. Love this, and it's kind of feeling like a little bit empty, so I'm making my way through this, but I literally use this all the time. Love this foundation, so I'm definitely saving this. Then we have the MAC Prolongwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. And honestly, you guys, I do like this foundation, but I did find this to be a little bit too light for me. So I don't think I'm gonna hold on to this, because like I said, I just find this to be a little bit too light for me. And I even did a video using this, and when I look back at the footage, like I just felt like my face looked really ashy. So I'm gonna have to get rid of this altogether. Okay, next up we have my Fenty foundation. This is Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr in the shade 330, and obviously you already know I'm gonna save this. Love this foundation. It is such a great match. I think it's kind of getting to be a little bit too dark for me now, because I've lost all of my tan, but I love this foundation and I'm definitely keeping this for sure. Okay, next up we have the Rimmel Instaflawless Perfecting Radiant Skin Tint, and I honestly can't even tell you guys if I've ever even used this, but let me try this out on the back of my hand. I have used this actually. This is not bad. I do like this. Let's see how it kind of matches on the back of my hand. This is like a tinted moisturizer, and it's kind of looking a little bit gray. I don't know, what do you guys think? Doesn't it look kind of gray? I know my camera's like not focusing, but it's kind of looking a little bit gray. But you know what? I'm gonna actually hold on to this, and I'm gonna put this right now in like my giveaway pile, but I'm gonna try this out one last time to make my final decision. So I'll get back to you guys on this. If it's included in my video, like the rest of the video, then you guys know I kept this. Otherwise, I'm getting rid of it. By the way, when I say I'm getting rid of something, I'm not throwing anything out unless it's, of course, expired. I'm getting rid of it, meaning I'm passing it on to somebody else that will love to use it. Anyway, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Cushion Stick Radiant Makeup Foundation, and this is in the shade Honey Bronze. Love this foundation. This is such a good match for me. Such a light, everyday foundation, so I'm definitely holding on to this. Okay, these two are staring like right in my face, and I do really like these foundations from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade Almond and Golden. I have to mix these two to get my perfect match. So that's kind of annoying, but I do really like how these, like, when you actually blend them into one another, how well they work for my skin tone. So I do think I'm gonna save them. I just wish that I had like my perfect match, but I really do like the formula of these. So I'm gonna save these for sure. Next up we have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation in the shade Honey Bronze. You guys know this is like my ride or die. Definitely saving this. I actually also have a backup that I see back there. So I'm definitely going to be holding on to this. And I'm going to actually hold on to my backup as well because this is one of my favorite foundations of all time. Okay, next up we have the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. And this is in the shade Warm Beige. I really do like this foundation. I don't really find myself using it all that much, but I do like it. So I do think I'm gonna hold on to this because this is a really good foundation for me to give you guys like dupes and stuff. I just never really reach for it for some reason. This is, by the way, a really good dupe for the Makeupforever Ultra HD. I mean, literally the packaging is exactly the same, but even when you apply it on the skin, they're very, very similar. So I'm gonna actually hold on to this also. So I have 3 of the Makeupforever Ultra HD foundations, and both of these are Y405, which is my perfect match for Makeupforever. So I'm gonna definitely hold on to these. And then this is shade Y425. And I actually think that this is a little bit too dark for me. So this kind of works for me like when I'm really, really tan like I was this summer. But I don't think I will ever like use this otherwise. So for now, I think I'm gonna pass this on to one of my friends who's like literally 1 shade darker than me. And I think I've only used this foundation like twice. So she will definitely love this. And then I'm gonna hold on to my actual shade, which is Y405. Okay, this is Per Minerals Bare It All foundation, and this is in the shade Medium Dark. And you guys, I really, really tried to give this a shot, but I think I'm going to pass this on because I just cannot get this to match me. Like this shade right here, like I said, it's Medium Dark. It does look like it matches me when I like apply it on my skin, but on my face, it just doesn't look that good. And I also don't like the finish of this foundation. It's like way too heavy and it just doesn't speak to me. So I'm gonna have to get rid of this as well. Next up we have the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation in the shade Suntan. And I really like this foundation. This is pretty new in the market. If you are looking for a super long wearing foundation, this is a really good one. So I'm holding on to this as well. I'm actually gonna come on this side so hopefully you guys can see me and hear me a little bit better. But anyway, this is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion in the shade Y5.5. Love this foundation, highly recommend it from the drugstore. It is such a good match for me. I'm totally saving this. Okay, next up we have the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. Oh, this should not be here. So I'm gonna just move this where it belongs, not here, but I really do like this primer a lot. Okay, this is one of my favorite like tinted moisturizers. This is from MAC. I'm honestly not even sure if they make this anymore, but this is in the shade Dark. I really love this, but you guys, this is so freaking old. I think this is like probably over 5 years old. So at this point, I need to get rid of this because it's probably not safe for me to put this on my skin anymore. But if you are looking for a really good moisturizer and you're close to my skin tone or tinted moisturizer, the Studio Moisture Tint from MAC is awesome. And I'm in the shade Dark. Matches me perfectly. Next up, we have the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this is the shade Sand. Now, I really have tried to like get myself to love this, but I feel like this is not my perfect match. Like it matches me, but it doesn't match me like perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is actually try this out one last time. If I like this on my skin, then I'm gonna keep it. But again, if I don't like how it looks and if I don't find this to be my perfect match, I'm gonna get rid of this foundation. If you guys are close to my skin tone and you use the Born This Way foundation, can you let me know what shade you are? Sand is very, very close to my skin tone, but it's not like my perfect match. So something about like the undertone or something is a little bit off, but let me know if you guys use this, which shade you guys are, because then I'll get the same one. Okay, we have another Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, and I really, really like this one. This is in the shade, let me see, Tawny, and this is a really good match for me. This is one of my favorite tinted moisturizer of all time. I haven't even had this for a long time, but since I've gotten it, I've used this a lot, and this is such a great match for my skin tone. So really, really love this for a tinted moisturizer. Okay, you guys know I love my Fit Maybelline foundation. This is in the shade 240, and I love this foundation. I feel like they don't make the specific one anymore. Like they make the, I don't know, it's like, it has like a blue like thing over here instead of the pink. Is it called like the mattifying one? I don't know, but if you find this exact bottle and you guys are close to my skin tone, I'm in the shade 240 and I'm definitely holding on to this. This is like so comparable to high-end foundation, so I love this one. Okay, next up we have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup Foundation, again in Honey Bronze. I do really like this foundation as well, so I'm gonna keep this. This is like super, super natural on the skin, and it's basically like a lighter version of the Double Wear, which is, where did it go? It's basically a lighter version of this foundation, so definitely holding on to this as well. Okay, next up we have the Laura Mercier, Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Translucent Medium Deep. Now, I really, really, really love this powder, but I actually am not going to keep this here. I'm going to move this down to my bronzers because this is actually more of a bronzer for me versus an actual face powder because it is a little bit too dark for me to use as an all-over face powder. But this stuff is amazing if you want like that really natural bronzy look. So gonna move this, but I absolutely love this. While we're talking about Laura Mercier, this is their translucent setting powder. This is like one of my holy grails. Everyone loves this for a good reason. This is such a great powder to set your makeup with, and I just can't recommend this enough. So definitely saving this as well. Okay, moving on to the Hourglass Vanish Foundation, and this is in the shade Amber. I honestly forgot about this foundation, and I freaking love this foundation. So I'm definitely saving this. I probably don't even have a lot of this left. Like there's probably not even a lot of product left. And I love this foundation. It is kind of a little too dark for me, but kind of. Like if I really buff this into my skin, it matches me really well. And you guys will obviously see that. But I do like this foundation. It was like buried under here. So I totally forgot about this, but I'm definitely holding on to this. Okay, next up I have two of the Makeupforever Matte Velvet Foundations. And I don't know why I have two of them. I have the shade 51, which is this one here. And then I have shade 67, which is this one right here. So I'm gonna just try these out, and then I don't need two of these, so I'm just gonna hold on to the one that actually matches me better, and then I'll let you guys know which one that is. But I do like the finish of this foundation. It's super, super matte, but it actually looks really natural on the skin. So you guys will see which color I ended up with, but I do really like the formula of this foundation. Okay, next up we have the Violition Beauty. This is their Radiant Bronzer, and even though this is a bronzer, you guys, this is more of like my exact foundation match. And I have used this all over my face in the past, but I ended up like not liking this or something, so I don't know why I'm holding on to this. I'm gonna get rid of this because I honestly have never, I think I've used this like twice, and you can see like literally like is exactly my skin tone, so I don't really have a use for this, so I'm gonna get rid of this. But Violition Beauty itself is actually a really cool concept. If you guys haven't heard of them, definitely check them out. But I'm gonna get rid of this because I never really use this. I think I've literally used this like once or twice. Oh my gosh, another product that I love but I completely forgot about, and this is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops, and this is in the shade N60. This is such a great product. You can literally customize your foundation any way you like. You can create like a very light tinted moisturizer, or you can really add like a ton of drops and make like a really like intense full coverage foundation with these drops. I honestly completely forgot about this, which is crazy because I used to love this so much. So definitely saving this for sure as well. I have two of the Makeupforever. This is their Ultra HD Stick Foundations. These are amazing, especially if you are someone that likes like foundation on the go. These are awesome. They're basically like the liquid foundation but in a stick version. But I don't know why I have two of them. I actually think one of them is like a lot darker than me. Oh yeah, this is a shade Y505, which is like a few shades darker than my skin tone, but I love to use this to contour my skin. So I'm gonna put this in my bronzer drawer and save Y405, which is my actual skin tone shade. And this is honestly one of my favorite stick foundations I've ever used. Okay, so I just realized I have another one of the Vanish foundations, and this is in the shade Honey. And I feel like this is like a lot lighter than my skin tone. Let's just do a quick test. And yeah, that actually looks a lot lighter than me, but let's go ahead and blend this out to see. And oh my gosh, this actually doesn't match me. It doesn't look that bad, right? All right, I'm gonna have to try this out and see if this matches me on like in like the winter time when I'm a lot lighter. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna pass this on. But if it does match me, I'm gonna save this because I love the formula of the Vanish foundations so much. Okay, we have the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation in the shade 309. And I do really like this foundation, you guys, but I never ever use this anymore. I don't know why, I just forget about this. I feel like it's because it's a little bit too much coverage for me. I don't know, I just feel like I'm gonna save this, but then I don't wanna save it. I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna try it out tomorrow, see how I feel about it, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna get rid of it. But if you are looking for a full coverage, high quality foundation from the drugstore, the Total Cover is awesome. Okay, we also have the MAC Face and Body Foundation, and this is in the shade C6. Now, this foundation is amazing, but again, it is so old. I've at least had this also for now like 5 years, and I just don't ever really use it anymore. And the thing is that this actually is a little bit too dark for me, and I'll show you guys so you can see for yourself. So, I mean, it's probably gonna look like it's gonna match me exactly, but on my face, it actually is a little bit too dark for me. So even though I like this foundation, I think that it's time to let it go because I've had it for so long. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to part with this. Okay, another one of my favorite drugstore foundations. This is from Maybelline. This is their Dream Cushion. And I have two of the same ones, shade 45. Love these. This actually is one of my favorite foundation matches ever. When I put this on, it literally looks like my exact skin tone. So if you guys are close to my skin tone, shade 45 is like literally the perfect match, and I cannot recommend this enough. Again, it's super affordable, and I just love this so much. So definitely saving these. I'm gonna just like put my backups in my backup drawer, not here, because I just want this to be like really clutter free. Foundations run out so quickly because it's not even like a full fluid ounce. You can see right here, it's half a fluid ounce. So really love this, but these run out very quickly. All right, so back here we have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and again, I think I'm in the shade Caramel Beige, 108 Caramel Beige. Love this foundation. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm running really low on this foundation, which is really good because that means that, you know, I finish a product, which like, when do I ever finish a product anymore? But this is a great matte, long-wearing foundation from the drugstore. And if you guys are close to my skin tone, 108 is literally the best match. So can't recommend this enough. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna kind of like breeze through these products here. First thing we have is the MAC Studio Fix Powder in the shade NC40. I kind of got this to use underneath my eyes, but honestly, I have literally used this like twice, so it's just a little bit too light for me, so I never even really reached for this, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Next up we have the IT Cosmetics Translucent Powder, and I can't remember what I feel about this. I don't know if I like this or what. Is this tinted? Let's see. This is kind of new, I know that. No, it's not tinted. I actually really do love like translucent powders in general, and I do really like IT Cosmetics. So I'm gonna save this, but I'm gonna try this out and see if I actually like it. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna get rid of it. But I can't really remember if I haven't like if I love this or not, because I don't remember the last time I used this. So I'm gonna give this another shot and then make up my mind if I'm actually gonna keep this or not. Okay, now we have the Makeupforever Ultra HD Powder, and this is the banana shade, and I love the shade. Again, another product that I love, but I totally forgot about. So I'm gonna definitely hold on to this because this is so nice to use underneath your eyes to set your concealer and stuff. And oh my gosh, you guys, when I use this, I even like to use this with like a beauty blender. And when I use this underneath my eyes, my under eye area just looks so like bright. So I'm gonna hold on to this because this is one of my favorite powders to use to set my concealer, and I completely forgot that I even own this. Okay, back here we have the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and oh my gosh, another powder that I used to love and I haven't used in a while because it was like hidden back there, as you guys saw. Definitely holding on to this. This is a great setting powder, and I do love setting powders in general, so this is a really good one to just use to set underneath your eyes as well as all over your skin, so I'm definitely gonna hold on to this. Okay, this is the Becca Cosmetics, what is this called? Soft Light Blurring Powder. And honestly, I never reach for this. I don't know why I don't reach for this. I don't like the packaging of it. I think it's a little bit too bulky for my taste. I don't know, I feel like this is like a little bit too finely milled where it almost like gets like stuck where you apply it. Like if I use this underneath my eyes with my beauty blender, it kind of gets stuck in that area. So I'm gonna pass this on. I've really only used this like 3 times and I just remember like not really caring much for this. I'm gonna pass this on. Okay, so this is another product that I'm so embarrassed to say that I have no opinion on. I can't remember if I love this or hate it. I'm gonna put this aside, use it one more time, and then make up my mind. But this is like a translucent pressed powder. To be honest with you guys, I don't really care for like translucent powders like this to use all over my face. I don't know why. I prefer like powders with a little bit of color all over my face. But I'm gonna give this a go because I do really like the Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores line. So I'll let you guys know what I think about this. But for now, I'm gonna go put this like on my trying out side. Okay, next up we have the Makeupforever Pro Finish powder, and this is in the shade 153. Love this powder so much. I love using this by itself. I love using this to set my foundation and concealer. This is such a great powder, such a great match. 100% this is staying with me. Another really great powder, this is from LA Girl. This is their Pro Face powder in the shade GP608. Actually, let's go with Soft Honey because that's much easier. Really, really like this as well. This is actually a little bit too light for my skin tone, but if I use like a darker foundation underneath, this works really, really nicely with that. Oops, sorry about that. But this works really nicely in combination with a lighter foundation or a little bit of a darker foundation. So I'm gonna hold on to this because I really like this. It's a very high quality but affordable face powder that I really, really recommend to you guys. All right, next up we have the Rimmel Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder. Ugh, I don't know how I feel about this again. I feel like I liked it, but I didn't like love it. So for that reason, I'm just gonna put this aside. Like I said, I'm at a point where unless I absolutely love something, I don't even want to hold on to this. So I'm gonna just put this aside, try this out one last time, then make up my mind if it goes back in here or if it goes away for good. So I'll let you guys know what I think about this, if I end up keeping it or not. But right now, I just feel like I don't really care for this that much, but we'll give this one last shot. Okay, next up we have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder in the shade Toffee. You guys know I love and use this all the time. This is such a great match for my skin tone, and if you guys are close to NC42, I really, really recommend this powder. It's super light on the skin, but you can really build the coverage. You can use this by itself or to set any makeup, and I just really, really like this a lot. All right, so we're almost done, you guys. Okay, next up we have the Urban Decay, the Velvetizer, and I have heard like really mixed reviews about this. Basically, you can use this like by itself. It's like a very, very, very fine powder, but you can also like add this powder to like a liquid foundation to make it more like matte and more like velvet on your skin. I'm gonna try this out. I know I keep saying that about like the last few of these products, but I do want to try this out one last time, and I want to try it out both ways. So I want to use this to set my makeup and as well as to use like in combination with a liquid foundation, and then I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna keep this or not. So stay tuned. I'll get back to you guys on this one as well. By the way, look at me being so resourceful. I totally use my iPhone 6s box to like store makeup. It works so well. But anyway, let's keep on going. This is the Clinique Golden Neutral. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this powder, but this is a really, really nice powder as well. Let me not blind you guys, but this is a really nice powder as well. This is a little bit more on the pinky side, but it's actually not too pink. It actually works so nicely to set my makeup in place. So I'm definitely holding on to this, but I totally forgot that I even owned this. Okay, this is the Loreal Mat Mogique Matte Transforming Powder, and this is in the shade N6. Can't remember the last time I used this, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I think it's probably over 2 years old anyway, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this just because I like honestly never use it anymore. Also have the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, and this is a really nice powder, you guys. It's translucent, but it's really, really nice to mattify your skin. I just have very, very dry skin, and I don't really need to mattify it. So for that reason, I'm gonna get rid of this. But if you are looking for a very high quality, like drugstore mattifying powder that's translucent, this Catrice one is really nice. Okay, next up we have the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream, and I'm in the shade Tan, or this is in the shade Tan, which is actually just a little too light for me. but I can make this work, and I know that this is definitely going to work for me in the winter time where, you know, where we are almost right now. So I am gonna hold on to this. I know this looks a lot lighter than my skin tone, but it actually, when you apply it on the skin, it matches me really nicely. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Okay, next up we have the Too Faced Primed Poreless Skin Smoothing Pressed Powder. And again, this is the same thing as Catrice. I do really like this, but I never ever use this because I have really, really dry skin anyway. I don't really want to mattify it even more. So I'm gonna just pass this along, but again, a great mattifying powder for anyone that has oily skin. Okay, last but not the least, Hello Flawless from Becca Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Toasted Beige. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really, really like this powder. Totally forgot that I had it, but I really like this. Definitely holding on to this. I remember using this so much, and this just is such a great all-over face powder, so this is definitely gonna stay as well. Okay guys, so this is all of the foundations that I'm keeping, and I actually also went ahead and added my MAC Next to Nothing foundation as well as my NARS foundation. I use these all the time, and they were just sitting in like my everyday pile, but I just went ahead and added it here just so you guys can see an overview of all of the loose powders, the liquid foundations, the cushion foundations, the pressed powders that I own. And this is still a lot of product, you guys, but honestly, this is just so much easier for me to look at, and this makes me really happy. Just, this is like, I can actually see exactly what I own and pick out what I need and then just like go about my day. This makes me really, really happy. And then we come up here, and here is everything that I'm getting rid of for sure. And then these are the products that I'm gonna try and make sure if I'm gonna keep them or not. If I'm gonna keep them, they're gonna go in here. If I'm not gonna keep them, they're gonna be passed on, unless of course they're expired or like really, really old. But yeah, this makes me so happy. Guys, so that's it for my first decluttering video. If you guys enjoyed this, please, please, please leave me your feedback in the comment section below. Because if you guys like this, I definitely want to like continue on and go through like each and every category. So I might do like bronzers slash blushes, or bronzers and concealers next. And then I want to do blushes slash highlighters, then all of my eye stuff, and then I do want to do lipsticks at the very end. But please do let me know if you guys genuinely enjoyed this video in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking my face right over here. You can also watch my last video right over here, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. Everything is linked in the description box below, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Mwah!